Hello, people. Hello, hello, hello. From a rainy and wet Cape Town in Western Cape, South Africa. Sunday evening, 10 o'clock. I wanted to do a live stream for the first time in my life, but now Wi-Fi went down for some reason. But I'm thinking of I'm going to try to do this every Sunday night, 10 o'clock, just for myself. Well, I've been playing around with my cards just for myself, but I've never done. So I want to do sortès because I saw Snappy. What is the name of his channel on YouTube? He does a live tarot reading every day with the sortès, which is, for those who don't know, it's divination through bibliomancy. So I grabbed a couple of books just randomly because I wanted to be a surprise for myself as well. So let's see what the message is for today. So I was thinking we can start with the Gypsy Tarot. I picked this up in Langebaan when I was still living in the West Coast. I like these because, what's at the bottom? Let's see what the bottom card is. Ooh, enemy. Let me see, the light isn't that great. I'll make a plan next time. Whatever that means. Enemy. Muses, guide my hand. What's the message for today? Aha. Surprise. Some of you might receive a surprise. Surprise in store. Well, we are living in exciting times. And a lord. So what's the story? Enemy. Surprise. And the Lord arrives. Okay, so that maybe means success. It's a good thing. In life, sometimes things turn out way differently than what we expect. And normally not as bad as we imagine it to be. So this one is the Crystal Tarot. My apologies. Crystal Tarot. I have my Fate and Fortune book next to me because, oh my word, there's a lot of messages coming out. Spirit, guide my hand. What are the messages for us this evening? Oh my word, these cards are jumping all over the show. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh my word. Okay, maybe I should just pack them out and then just grab the middle one. Okay, let's see. What's the first one? Seven of Cups, upright. 7 people like to work on their own. They like to do projects by themselves. They're very independent. 7 of Cups, upright. Illusion and choice. Let's take a card from the center. What's the next story here? Let's see. Oh my word. The sun. The sun. Soleil. What a joyful card. Soleil. The sun upright. Optimism, ambition, success. Wow. Wonderful. Let's see what's at the bottom of the card. What's the outcome? What is this one? It's in reverse. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. Denari. 3. Well, 3s are good managers. 3 of Pentacles. It was reversed. Frustration and criticism. Don't criticize yourself too much. Be easy on yourself. Let's see what the first book is. Oh, it was raining the other day and we were at a power outage. So I finally got to read this classic. At the ripe old age of 50-something. The Marvelous Land of Oz. I found it actually more intriguing than The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Sortès. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message for us tonight? So all except Jack Pumpkinhead, who was still tied fast to the sawhorse, ran to the various entrances of the royal palace and closed the heavy doors, bolting and locking them securely. Then, knowing that the army of revolt could not batter down the barriers in several days, the adventurers gathered once more in the throne room for a council of war. Yeah, well, we certainly have not rumors of war. We're already in World War III. So, and definitely this week there's going to be a couple of shockers coming up. I'll see you next Sunday and then we'll see what happens. Oh my word. And I finally got to read. Well, I didn't read it. I just skimmed through Future Shock. Finally, I got to get to this one as well. We had 3 days without electricity because the national we had supplier. There were some maintenance issues, and we're up here in the mountains. Oh, muses, guide my hand. What's the story? What do we need to hear? It is only by generating such assumptions, defining, debating, systematizing, and continually updating them that we can deduce the nature of the cognitive and affective skills that the people of tomorrow will need to survive the accelerated thrust. We are definitely going through accelerating times. In the United States, there are now 2 federally funded education policy research centers charged with scanning the horizon with these purposes in mind. In Paris, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has recently created a division with similar responsibility. A handful of people in the student movement here have also begun to turn attention to the future. Yet these efforts are pitifully thin compared with the difficulty of shifting the time bias of education. What is needed is nothing less than a future responsive mass movement. Well, we've got the Trump movement happening. That's not going to end too well. What is this one? Oh, poisonous plants. My uncle inspired me to get it. He was a shaman. He knew his plants. He unfortunately passed away a couple months ago. So happy to see him again. Muses, guide my hands. What plant do you want to show us today? Nerium or oleander. Epochinacea. Oleander, English. Cilanthrus, Afrikaans. Huh? Oleander. Oh, it's a poisonous plant in South Africa. Yeah, they grow wild along the roads. A lot in the... Okay, what? Poisonous pharmacological effects. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, weakness, confusion, and visual disturbances, followed by a slowing and weakening of the heartbeat to 30 or 40 beats per minute. In fatal cases, bradycardia, atrioventricular block, and fibrillation are typical. Type of toxin, cardiac glycoside. Oleander is a robust woody shrub up to 6 meters high. The leaves are oblong. The attractive flowers can be single and pink and variously colored, pink, white, purple, yellow, in garden cultivars. When the long, narrow seed capsules burst open, they release numerous small brown seeds with long reddish-brown hairs. Oleander should not be confused with yellow oleander. What? All parts of the plant. But there was a case where 30 lambs were killed. The lethal dose in sheep is reported to be 1 to 5 gram dry leaf. This is about 3 to 15 gram fresh leaves, and in horses and cattle about 15 to 30 gram dry leaves. That's just like 1 or 2 leaves. Human fatalities have occurred after drinking extracts or ingesting about 15 leaves, estimated at 4 gram. Poisoning of livestock and domestic animals occurs sporadically also in South Africa, but it is not considered a serious problem. Small stock or domestic animals exposed to gardens, hedge clippings, or stagnant water into which flowers or leaves had fallen may be at risk. My Greek mother-in-law, her daughter had just bought a house, and when she walked into the garden, there was an oleander bush at the bottom of the garden, and she promptly chopped it down. These Greek women are scared of nothing. Animals. Muse, guide my hand. What are the animal spirits telling us today? If fertilization has taken place, the fetuses can be felt in the abdomen at 21 days after mating, and they double in size every 7 days after this. From the 5th week of pregnancy, the queen will need 1/3 more food than normal and must be dewormed. The gestation period is roughly 63 days. 63 days for a cat. As the queen nears her due date, she will look for a nest. Often a basket or a box provided by the owner is accepted. Birth is usually uneventful and should be completed within 24 hours. Each kitten is cleaned, the afterbirth eaten, and kittens encouraged to suckle. The mother must now be fed 3 times the normal amount of food. At 3 weeks old, the kittens are strong enough to begin playing and leaving the nest. They should be provided with a litter tray which their mother will teach them to use. They can be introduced to kitten food at this stage. This can be increased and they will become less reliant on the queen's milk, so that by the age of 6 to 8 weeks, they are ready to be weaned. I had to leave my tomcat behind when I moved. It was sad. Bought this when I was still at university, the Amplified Bible. It was gone for many years, for like 30 years, and then it came back to me for some reason. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? Samuel 16. When David was a little past the top of Olivet, behold, Ziba, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of donkeys saddled, and upon them 200 loaves of bread, 100 bunches of raisins, 100 of summer fruits, and a skin of wine. The king said to Ziba, "What do you mean by these?" Ziba said, "The donkeys are for the king's household to ride on, the bread and summer fruit for the young men to eat, and the wine is for those to drink who become faint in the wilderness." Michael Jan is talking about worldwide famine. Not worldwide, but definitely it's coming. So, this was beautiful. Wow, abundance of food. Medicinal plants. News. What plant do you want to introduce to us tonight? Senecio ceratuloides. Asteraceae. 2-day plant. English. And in Zulu, it is Insukumbili. Insukumbili. Pharmacological effects. The wound healing activity